So, let me ask you, have you looked at your grocery receipt lately? If President Trump's campaign promise was supposed to put money back in your pocket, why does your wallet feel thinner every time you go to the store? The answer isn't what you might think. While President Trump promised to make everyday items cheaper, his big economic policies, especially tariffs, have been quietly making you pay more. We're going to break down the real reason your groceries cost so much and why it is time to consider leaving Maga. First, the promise versus your bill. President Trump's message was simple. He would get inflation under control and lower your cost of living. But for most families, the reality has been different. We've all seen food prices go up. By September 2025, overall inflation was at 3.0%, and rising food costs, which were up 3.1% that month, were a big part of the problem. So why the gap between the promise and your bank account? It all comes down to one word: tariffs. So, what is a tariff really? Let's make this simple. A tariff is a tax on stuff brought in from other countries. The administration put new taxes on all kinds of products, from steel and electronics to furniture and food. The idea is to make foreign products more expensive, so you buy American-made things instead. But here's the catch. The foreign country doesn't pay the tax. The American company that imports the product pays it. Think of it like this. Say the government puts a tax on coffee beans from Brazil. The coffee farmer in Brazil doesn't pay. The American company that buys the beans and brings them here pays. That company then charges your grocery store more, and the store charges you more. That's how a tax on a foreign country becomes a hidden tax on your shopping list. So how much are we talking? Economic studies tried to figure it out. One 2025 analysis said the new tariffs could act like a tax increase of about $1,200 for the average US family. Another estimate from the Yale Budget Lab suggested it could mean a loss of about $1,800 in spending power for the average household. Let's go from his policy to your plate. This isn't just a theory, you can see it at the store. Until some items were recently rolled back, the price of coffee went up a lot. Why? Because the US imports most of its coffee, and those imports were being taxed. And it's not just food. Things like appliances and electronics have also seen price hikes that line up with the 2025 tariffs. One analysis found that prices for these goods were especially high because of these policies. But what about American jobs? Now you might be thinking that tariffs are supposed to protect American jobs by making our own products cheaper in comparison. That's a key part of an America First plan, but the facts show it's more complicated. When the US puts tariffs on other countries, they usually hit us back with their own tariffs. This is exactly what happened during Trump's first term. American farmers got hurt badly when they couldn't sell their goods to other countries and needed billions in government bailouts to stay afloat. One 2025 analysis predicted the new tariffs would actually slow down the US economy and make unemployment go up. Instead of a clear win for American workers, these policies create problems that don't end up saving you money. So where does this leave us? The promise was lower prices. The reality has been a series of tariffs that act as a hidden tax, a tax that gets passed down from the importer to the store and finally to you. The economy is complex, and no single policy is the only reason for high prices. But analyses from places like the Federal Reserve and Yale University confirm the tariffs are a major reason your grocery bill has stayed so high. It's no surprise that recent polls show nearly half of Americans find it harder to afford groceries than they did a year ago. Even when the administration announced it would remove tariffs on over 200 food items in late 2025, experts said it would take time for you to see those savings, and many other products are still being taxed. The Thanksgiving turkey is twice the price from last year, and who knows what will happen during December's stock market bonanza. Look, this isn't about politics, it's about your wallet. The goal was to put America first, but if these policies are taking money out of your pocket at the grocery store, you have to ask, is this really working for you? If you've supported Maga, but you're also struggling to pay for food, maybe it's time to reconsider if this economic plan is the right one for your family. The promises were big, but your grocery bill tells the real story. What are your thoughts about this betrayal? Please comment with respect and examples. We are here to talk about the political betrayal of everyone in the United States. Subscribe and buy the book on Amazon.